Hey yo, welcome back to the garage, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to our C5 FRC project. I hope that's what you're tuning in to see. I got a lot to show you since the last video. I just haven't felt like videoing anything. And frankly, I ordered up a bunch of different video equipment. I'm using this whole different rig, which is in my other hand. I'd show it to you, but that's just not gonna work. So you're just gonna have to trust me on this. But anyways, I was waiting for this new rig to show up. It's gonna make stuff a little bit easier. It's actually a little bit brighter. The audio may even be a little bit better than what it has been. So let me know down in the comments. Before I go much further, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're climbing up there pretty good. So hopefully my content's getting somewhat better. All right, as we walked in the front door, we passed my nemesis, the rear bumper. I've been avoiding this thing like the frickin' COVID plague. Oh, that's gonna get me demonetized. Anyhow, finally tackled this, got all that chip paint and everything else off of here. I've had a couple little reactions here and there, so I've busted it all down again with some wet sanding, smoothed out a bunch of the damage that was on it. Had a big old gnarly, oh no, that's just dust. Had a big old gnarly spot right there. Got that out of it. That's looking pretty good. Bunch of rock chips like right down here. That's always a spot you got to pay a lot of attention to. But anyways, I'm gonna let this air out after I've busted it down and try and get some more primer over top of that and get it sealed up, and I can get this rear bumper shot. Right next to it on the stand, that's our trunk lid. That is all painted. That's been clear coated. It's been color sanded down with 1000 grit, 2000, 3000 grit. Again, same thing. I'm just letting it sit, letting it air out, letting that paint kind of harden up just a little bit more, and then I'm going to break out the old buffer and start slinging some compound all over the garage. And as you can see over here sits the car all covered up, because this is where some of you are going to fall in love with this car, and this is where some of you are going to hate the car. Okay, so for all you guys out there, number one, you purists that are cringing, guys, it's a C5 FRC. Yes, it's a manual. It's already got some modifications to it, although it's the rare of the C5s. It's not the rarest C5. A Z06 of a very particular color choice like the Arctic White was very rare. You guys that are like, heck yeah, that's cool as shit. Well, let's talk about flared fenders a little bit. Okay, number one. If you buy yourself a set of flared fenders, by no means think that you're not gonna have to body work the ever-living crap out of these things. If you want it to look right, this is the look that we're going for. You gotta admit, that's pretty sharp looking. Well, to get that look, basically what you have to do is you have to mock these up, and then once you get them mocked up, you can see I've already got these primered. I've already got them sprayed down in some guide coat, and when I start to sand these, it's going to show me where all the lumps and stuff like that are. I've already had to fix some areas. Matter of fact, one of these panels had a big huge raise in it. I actually had to cut it out of there and flatten it and refiberglass it. So that was just the first thing that I had to do. Secondly, with these particular fenders, if you look right here at the front, you can see I've marked out all the body lines from the original mold. And this body line right here lines up perfectly. And it just looks like it's an extension off of our body molding. Looks fantastic, but let me show you something else. When you get over here on this side, we got the same body line, but this body line is pointing at a downward angle. It doesn't match the body. So to get this body line up here, basically what I'm gonna have to do is cut this out. We're gonna cut it here and there, kind of a triangle. We're gonna move this body line up here. We'll re-fiberglass it in, and then I'll remold this down here all with fiberglass, and that's gonna straighten out that body line and put it right in line with the factory body molding. And that's the type of stuff that you're gonna have to do if you buy a set of flared fenders. I always keep my customers updated with photos as the progress is going along. And if you saw right here, he looked at it and he was a little concerned that I'm just wiping all the body dust off, and he was a little concerned about this area. And I said, well, what we can do and what I can do is I can mask all of this off with the 3M masking tape that's gonna act like a mold release agent. And I can fiberglass a panel in right here, fiberglass it right in to this right here, and that way we have a full solid piece that the body's mounted into. Not only that, it's gonna look really clean. On the front one, I can already tell you that I'm gonna have to cut this body line right here. I'm gonna have to bend all of this out because it's just too far in. The mold is way too far in. That's gonna have to get bent all back out, and I'm gonna have to re-fiberglass that from the back side. So just as the car sits, the whole entire right side is completely painted, and I've buffed this once, just its preliminary buff. You can see the finish is great. I love that Imron clear. It's just the very first time it's getting buffed again. That hasn't even been gone over with finesse it, but we're not going to have any mask lines where we painted around the mirror. Same thing with the door. When you open the inside, you see everything was painted all the way through and to the door frame itself. And same thing for the door jamb. I took the striker out, I took all the body panels out, all the moldings got painted all behind there. Same thing going all the way up into the front so that it looks really nice and clean and factory. Probably our crowd favorite here is the Cadillac ATS-V big brakes. These are all finished up. The lines are all finished up. Everything's bolted in. The lines have been flushed front to back. Same thing in the back. Got all of our lines and everything. We've already got it strung so that we can get our, well, I'll show you that's gonna take a second, but anyways, you can see the difference in our fitment. So we're gonna have to go a little bit wider with wheels. I've already pre-fit it with one of the wheels off of my Vet. But anyways, all this paint work's done. All that paint work's done. Knocking out this door. This rocker panel's in really rough shape. I gotta fix it towards the front, but I'm knocking out the door as well right now, getting that prepped up, ready to go. Same thing with the hood. And next is gonna be the roof. So y'all, if you would, let me know what you think of the Corvette project down there in the comments. Again, be sure to hit that like button. It helps these videos, it helps the channel grow. We're doing pretty good right now. Thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate that. But let me know what you think of the C5 project. Let me know, number one, if you like it or you dislike it. Two is, what wheels would you put on this car? And let me know what you think of the big brake option. And then what else would you add? I would like to put the Track Spec Motorsport heat extractor hood vent on here, and I'd love to put a carbon fiber ducktail on it.